Tough loss, really, really tough loss for us. Our guys fought and really battled, which our guys have done all year long, and they've done a terrific job of. Our response to adversity all year long has been really, really a good one. I thought today at times we lost some poise, and that ended up hurting us in the long run. Ohio State made some big shots, some big plays. Got to give credit to them. We had a shot at the buzzer regulation to finish it off. Our best player, it's a shot he's made before. We'll take that again all day. He just didn't make it, and Ohio State was able to capitalize in overtime.
Go ahead and open the floor.
The Associated Press, as you were leaving the floor there, I know it's a tough moment with Briante. What did you tell him, and just how hard is that moment to console him and your players?
Yeah, it's hard for him. The last several weeks since he's been out, he's been in a tough spot because he wants to help his team. He's used to being in the middle of it all as a leader and as a player, and he obviously can't be right now with his injury. So, my emphasis to him coming into this game and exiting this game is, I think he has a bright future in the game of basketball. So, he just needs to control what he can control right now and stay positive about what's coming up in his future.
Stephen Alexander, Portland Tribune. Coach, you guys made a big run in the first half. How much of that was just making your buckets and being able to set up your full court defense?
Well, I thought we played with good aggressiveness for the first 12 or so minutes of the first half, and then Ohio State was really able to gain the aggressiveness advantage in the latter part of the half. And that was the difference, really, as they were able to come back and cut the lead down. Then in the second half, it was back and forth. We made enough outside shots, but we didn't have the soundness we need to have in other areas of the game to win the game. That being said, we had a great shot by our best player to win the game at the end. It just didn't go.
Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Shaka, you had to deal with a lot of foul trouble getting guys in. You were very young at times on the court, very small at times on the court. Your guys battled pretty hard, though. What were you trying to get accomplished to keep Doug and Mo so you'd have them when you needed them? Yeah, it was a challenging game from a foul trouble and foul period standpoint. Doug wasn't able to. We knew Doug was going to be by far the best defender that we had on Russell, but he wasn't able to guard Russell for the first half because he wasn't in the game. In the second half, I thought he did a good job for the most part. We let him get free. He's a good player. I mean, he's gonna make some shots. It was tough managing the foul trouble there. Mo was never really able to get into a flow in the second half. That was disappointing. I mean, he's a huge component of what we do, and our attack is just much different without him on the floor.
Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post. Did you have an issue with the flagrant call on Doug, and also just how many different things were you trying to do with Russell throughout the game?
I answer the second one first. The main thing we were trying to do was when he came off a handoff or a pick and roll situation, put two guys on him, which our guys executed pretty well. Ohio State made a couple timely shots out of that trap, so you got to give them credit for that. But I thought over the course of the game, when we did get him in traps, it was good for us. Now, I'm not going to get myself in trouble by commenting on officiating. It is what it is. I mean, the game, unfortunately, when it's tight like that, a key call or no call one way or the other makes a big difference. That's the case in a lot of games, not just NCAA tournament games, not just this game. But I think our focus as a team should be on the things that we can control. And, certainly there are some things that we could have done better. It's tough when your margin for error is a little bit smaller to begin with, and then a couple of those plays don't go your way.
Kevin Pelton, ESPN Insider. Coach, you mentioned the shot at the end of regulation, but how about in overtime, the shot that Travion had to tie it? Was that the first option on that play?
Well, it wasn't the first option, but it was the option that we thought we were going to get, coming out of the timeout. And guys did a pretty good job executing the play. He got a wide open shot. He just didn't knock it down. Unfortunately, that rim hasn't been particularly kind to us at the end of the games here in Portland. But, we just, again, our focus shouldn't necessarily be just on one shot. It should be on some of the things that we have full control over that we could have done better.
Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Shaka, you mentioned in your opening statement that you thought your team lost some poise. Are you talking about maybe some passes near the end of the game or in overtime?
Yeah, we had some turnovers that were certainly out of character. One really hurt us was throwing the ball away on the side out of bounds. We had a couple other ones along the baseline. Our guys have done a good job taking care of the ball all year long. But, in these type of situations, you have to really maintain your poise. And the reality is right now with our team, we're out there with a lot of younger guys who aren't necessarily haven't been in that situation a lot in the past. That's no excuse. If you're in the game at this time, it means you got to step up and make the right play. And we need to do a better job of that.
We have time for one last question. Seeing none,